Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I, Katie Syke, call this meeting to order. Get a roll call, please.
Counselor Thunderberg. Here. Counselor Dudloff.
Here.
Counselor Katie McMillan. Let the record show that Counselor Katie McMillan has joined us via Zoom. Counselor Smith.
Here.
Counselor Dennis McMillan.
He's excused.
Counselor McLean.
Here.
Mayor Ty.
Here. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. This time, council, we have a couple updates to the agenda. We need to add a 5.5 agenda announcements under the city manager's report. And we are also adjusting our executive session this evening to the ORS 1920002E for real property transaction and removing the executive session for ORS 6602H to consult with our attorney. Any questions or comments about those adjustments? And this time, looking for a vote.
Mayor, I make the motion that we approve the agenda with the 5.5 and the swap of THTV in the executive session, sir.
Thank you very much for the motion. We get a second for the motion, please.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much. May I have a roll call?
Counselor Thunderberg. Aye. Counselor Dudloff.
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor Smith.
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Thank you very much. The ayes have it. Now moving on to our city manager's report. We have 5.1, the tab of office. Mr. Stockdale.
Okay, turn it over to Krista.
So I think we're going to introduce our new CAB board members.
Gotta get you closer to the microphone. Sorry.
Wait, and can you push the on my,
Just a toggle switch.
So I'm here representing Chief Bridge, on behalf of the, Utilities Department. We're welcoming our new CAB board members, which stand for Community Accountability Board. This is a volunteer group that are invested in our community. They, will meet on juvenile offenders, hopefully first-time offenders, and work towards, keeping the community safer moving forward, hold them accountable for their actions. So tonight, Judge Crow is here to swear in all our new. Would you like to come up here with me? All the CAB members? There's nine of them. They're not hiding behind me. Everybody, I'm gonna, each one of you say hi and your name, okay? Last name, Choppin.
I, Ezekiel Mendoza.
I, Celia Kennedy Bell. I, Leslie Foster Sanino.
I, Darla Pixel.
I, Norma Benspay-Naka.
I, Mary Ellen Tracy.
I, Cindy Lambert.
I, Dr. Grexel.
Now the rest of you say this is a group, okay? Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge the duties
and impartially discharge the duties
of the Community Accountability Board member
of the Community Accountability Board member
of the state
of the state
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
during my term of office hereon.
during my term of office thereon.
And since there's 9 people to sign all these, I'm gonna take them across the way, sign and give them their copies. So welcome the new CAB member.
Krista, you turn the mic off.
Yeah, thank you so much. We love CAP. We've done so much for our school.
Thank you again. Any questions on the July, pay points? Questions? Okay, moving on now to, Pat, so here's Jones.
Thank you. So I have, excuse me, just one here from Stepping Stones Alliance. So go ahead and present our information here on Pat.
Okay, thank you for having me. Good to see everyone. In your packet, you have the, report that I'm just going to go through a little bit, just share some of the highlights and then give time if you guys have any questions. So we continue to be fully staffed, working well with Phoenix for the current security. Working hard on our gala that's coming up in October. Tickets are now available on our website and, Facebook event. And so we'll be continuing to work through all of the details for that. Hope to see many of you there. Same just kind of rolling with everything on our social media, continuing to post and get information out that way. And then also attending events, meetings, posting tours when anyone asks for that. So you have to see the site. We continue to build community within our members and do that through classes that we offer weekly. Staff has really taken that on and offer both academic classes, so think resume building, interview skills, but then also recreational activities, both outside and inside. We continue to write grants and raise funds for miscellaneous projects. We do now have a new awning in front of the food center, which is really good for all the guests that have to wait outside for check-in. So in all weathers, that is beneficial. I did just receive word, we did get partial grant from Wild Horse to pay for part of that. So, the 30,000 paid for all of the awning and about 15,000 from Wild to contribute to that. So that was good news. Like I said, just continuing to have needs, find funds for those needs, and then fulfill those needs. We saw 411 guests in April, 438 in May, 414 in June, and all three of those months, all 21 individual agreements were full. Some pictures. We are very proud of the new partnership we've put in place with the construction class at Hermiston High School to build the raised garden bed. We got grant funding through Amazon for that, and the members have really taken on the gardening and looking at all the plants and flowers that we have around campus as well. And then some of the things we are looking forward to, so this closed on Monday for the outdoor kitchen and the suppression system and fire system in the navigation center. So hoping to move forward with that project sooner rather than later. We do have a movie showing happening tomorrow night. So if you have not signed up, there are still seats. We had such a good response that the theater has opened another theater for us. So we were hoping to get 200 people. We are currently at 325 signed up to see the movie. So we do have plenty of space. It has been phenomenal to work with not only Amazon on this, but they gave us access to their marketing company. And so it's been fun to create reels and have just a different caliber of marketing than we are used to. Amazon will be there. Accepting donations, so it is free to attend, but we are accepting financial donations as well as items tomorrow night at the event.
Work and make all time.
What time is the movie at?
It starts at 7, doors open at 6:30.
You have to be signed up for that, or?
At this point, I'm gonna say you can come. We still have plenty of seats. Yes.
Where Project Path was, one of a series of test, units to start in the state. Do you have any sort of update about how the other, test projects are faring?
I have some. So we were one of 8 in the state that, started in 2021 through 23. The Of those 8, there are 5 that are still operating, including ours. So there's 3 that, for whatever reason, were found to be unviable or unsustainable or so on. We are still the only one of those 5 that operates with this model, where it's, each of the governments would contract with a nonprofit, in partnership. And, I think that might be changing. Other organizations, including the League of Urban Cities, are looking at our model as, one that seems to be more advantageous because we are access to more of these grant funds that Destin did a great job talking about. We have access because of the way that we're set up to, as a government, we don't necessarily get access to all those nonprofit grants, but they do. And then we have stuff that they're access to us, but it's not necessarily accessible to them. And so we're able to sort of take advantage of all of that funding that's been available by creating, our region is geographically a little bit bigger than some of the others. And so we're getting a lot of questions on how that, particularly with irrigating Boardman, how that's working out that way. And so at the moment, we don't have a lot of data. Irrigating Boardman are partners of ours, but we don't have a lot of folks from those cities using the facility. But yeah, there's 5 still remaining from the pilot.
Thank you.
Any further questions from council? Thank you for your hard work, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, please, thank your staff for all that information. I only volunteers. Thank you, Council.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I was excited that our Eatonville High School, that we were able to review your money for Sinister's Cares. I was hoping that they had a lot of applications this year, and I was just like, should that please do stepping stones? You know, I didn't want to but they did. So I was so happy about that we were able to help you.
Yeah, that's how we were able to get washers and dryers at the commercial level, so they're working much better, much faster. The Schnitzer Cares was one of the best, most unique processes I've been through. It was so powerful to see that the kids are able to go from the very beginning of the process and choosing what their topic is, what they want to work on, and then all the way through the interview process. I've gone through lots of interviews. I was more nervous to be interviewed by high schoolers than anything else. And I mean, it was really enjoyable, but just fantastic to see that whole process. Like something I aspire to do. I used to want to leave money for someone. I think doing a process like that to involve the youth in what they can do within the community was phenomenal.
Yeah, it is such an amazing program, and I'm glad we were able to donate it. Yeah.
Okay, any further questions from council or comments? Okay,
Thank you.
next up, we have Public Works semi-annual report. Scott, are you ready?
Always
There you go.
Mayor, council members, thanks for yeah, so the report was pretty short and sweet, just kind of went over.
Scott, I think there's something off of the microphone, sorry.
It's all.
Oh, there you go.
So anyway, nobody usually has a hard time here. But yeah, so anyway, I'd just like to publicly thank Jasenia. She does all our social media, you guys know her, a lot of times she's here. She was a big help in getting this, trying to kind of change the way I do this, and so there'll be a little more detail next time. But we're working through it. So there's some other stuff that just highlights that really wasn't on there. And I know I was not at the last meeting, so some of this may have got talked about, but ODOT finally decided to go ahead and do a crossing at Ursa for the kids. We've been having a lot of people, complain about our RFB type of crossing there with the paddles you hit, and then they light up and do all that. So they're going to be installing that hopefully before school starts, what's supposed to be. But I just saw that I got some stuff back today, so it looks like to me they're a little behind, but here in the next month they should be installing that. So there'll be a link crossing there. Just a heads up with that. Of course, because the state has to make sure that they do their due diligence, and it can never just be pretty simple. So they are going to create a school zone in that area as well, just to slow the traffic down. So please be aware of that as you start seeing signs go up, or you get tickets. But yeah, they had to, in order to fall within those parameters of being able to do that, there has to be a slow zone in there, which we all completely understand and agree with, the guy that gets the tickets, he says, so let's just make sure that we slow down.
What are the streets that are start and end?
I don't know for sure. I just got the email today and I kind of just glossed it real quick. I just want to make sure everybody's aware, but it's usually about 300 feet prior, 300 feet after usually.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, and that happened because of, I'd like to remind everybody that your voice does matter. This voice and that voice, whenever we talked, we were blue in the face, not getting across. We had people in here that were not happy with us because we couldn't get the crossing done. They reached out to ODOT and it happened. So just remember that your voice does matter and I appreciate it. So they get tired of hearing Scott and Dave. So please, keep that up. The bridge is open now for access. We do have a little bit of cleanup of gravel. The my crew will do some additional parking area up there and kind of get some ecology blocks set up to kind of keep people in the area that we want them in. That was part of the contract. And so it is open and it's usable and I hope everybody enjoys it, walks across it and looks at the view and it's really a pretty cool, deal and a lot of thanks goes to Melissa. She handled most of the FEMA work. And that was the most difficult part. So anyway, but really appreciate her help. So just a reminder, Powerline Madison, construction still hot and heavy up there. School's gonna be opening. Please just make sure we drive careful, pay attention as things start to open up. Hopefully, we had a couple of setbacks there and it was just mainly because of unknowns in the ground that our forefathers did slide down on paper. So it sounded a lot of wonderful things. There's we just have to work on it. So, but we've got a great contractor tapping on hand and they've done a great job. So anyway,
Can I ask you a follow-up question on that one real quick?
sure.
What's our timeline for that? Is it, Dave said around October finalized or with that ballpark?
Yeah, I'm pretty superstitious, so I don't like to give out a lot of those things, but, yeah, I would say first week of October would be my hopeful opening for that. There may be PPL and some of the other, utility outfits getting the street lights up and running and some of that stuff may drag a little bit longer, but as far as the road paving, we'd like to get it done then, just because we don't have to run into weather issues.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. So everybody's working really hard to try to get that done. We were really shooting for the first day of school to be open, but the granted some stuff there that really will be. We got a really nice message here a month ago or so, all because we hear of, I mean, it's really easy for people to be unhappy with things, right? And we hear about those all the time. Like, we have some folks that don't even live here. They come through here from their summer house to their winter house every year. And this lady just reached out to us by email to tell us how beautiful 6th Street looks, how nice it is to see businesses opening and people taking. She didn't know really any of the stuff that like the grants and the different things that we have to help the businesses and that stuff. She was just amazed at all of the upgrades that all the businesses are doing to themselves, not knowing that we're helping them. So that should be a big, this lady didn't have any reason to reach out to us. She doesn't live here, you know, so she's just passing through. She just wanted us to know how great Umatilla looks and it was just from a layperson that doesn't know anything. So I thought that's pretty cool when you hear stuff like that. So anyway, and a big thank you to all of you for allowing us to hire more people and get the people out there on the ground. I've got 2 new guys starting next week. I just had my new administrative assistant started this week. And yeah, and it does not go unnoticed. We really need the people and we appreciate you guys and all the boards, everybody for allowing us to be able to do that. So that's all I got. If you got any questions, if you want to answer.
I have a quick comment. I do want to say thank you this year, especially over summer, keeping the flowers alive on 6th Street. I see the guys when I walk to work in the morning, they're out there in their trucks, making sure they're getting watered and it looks seriously phenomenal.
Yeah, those are a lot of work, all kinds of work. unfortunately, when Sixth Street went in and ODOT did all the work, they did a great job. The irrigation system is lacking in there, and it's all under the sidewalk, so it's not easily repaired. There are some issues in there that we all have a pretty good idea how irrigation works, and we were all a little bit. So it's a lot more manpower than what I would like to spend on it, but it looks so much better, and you see them. Obviously, the west side's beat up more than the east side because the wind blows that direction all the time. But, I'll pass it along. The guys, they do it all. I just make lists and say, get it done, and gets it all done. So, all the guys get it done, but Leon kind of coordinates it all. So, yeah, it's all them. It has nothing to do. Anyway, thanks for the comment. I'll pass it along.
Scott, are we the ones doing the, beach access road project? Or is that?
No, that's a ECL. That's a contractor under Amazon. Yeah. So they'll be closing beach access down after Labor Day weekend. That was one of the stipulations we put in there because of the wheat trucks and they're following all that. They're hoping to be out of there in 4 weeks, so. And the best part of it is we'll get a new overlay on top of that road. It'd be nice when we get done with it, but it will be a pain for everybody, using the grade or going around.
Oh, yeah. So, I just didn't know if it was us or them.
Yeah, no, it was, them, they followed all the regulations, everything that I asked them to do, and, we met with each one of the businesses, including, TRCI and everybody down there to kind of let them know. And then the week before they close it, they'll do another run through and make sure everybody understands what we're doing there. So all the businesses were great, they all understood, they know it's part of just the process. So,
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Other questions or comments? Thank you very much.
all right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And now, David, now for our general announcements.
Excuse me. Yeah, just one relatively quick announcement. So you might recall at the beginning of the year, we talked about work on a public access broadband network. We're continuing on that project with the city of Hermiston. Just wanted to make an announcement that a survey will be going out in about 3 or 4 weeks. And we'll make sure that Jess gets the information out on newsletters, email, social media, the normal kind of stuff. But it's going to go out to every resident and business out there, basically to gather what their actual real world experience is with their broadband, or if they don't have any broadband. And so one of the issues that we have at right now with that project is that the federal maps are notoriously wrong. And so one of the ways that we can combat that is to have this survey, and if we get enough responses back, the results of that is what we can actually use rather than those federal maps. And so it's important. And so as we get closer to that, we'll do that. But I wanted to announce that we just got to that point today. And so I wanted to announce that as quickly as we can and just let you know that it will be coming out from city. Again, we don't know if it's going to be a link or an email or a mailer. We don't know exactly yet, but we're gonna make sure we get that all out as we work through the final renderings of that survey and the logistics of it all. We'll do another announcement here soon, but just want to let you know that that'll be coming. That's it.
Thank you very much. Officer Skilling, do you have anything for public comment?
Yes, we do.
Time first of the microphone, we have. I have to make sure, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got.
Okay, thank you.
Josiah Barron, thank you. And per the rules. Boss, speak.
Your concern, but no comment about.
Yeah, 5 minutes, no comments on staff. I don't know where it's at, it's in here somewhere. I apologize.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Chemical. Now can you hear me? Yes. Josiah Barron, Umatilla Chamber of Commerce, 100 Klein Avenue. Just a few announcements for the chamber here. Well, this one's not here in Umatilla, but Representative Greg Smith is having a town hall on transportation this Thursday on the 21st at the State Center in Boardman from 6:30 to 7:30. if you're interested in sharing some of your thoughts or concerns about the upcoming, special legislative session. Then on the 27th, TRCI is having another meet and greet hiring event. They're at the administration building so August 27th, 3 to 6 p.m. If you're interested in starting your career as a correctional officer. Then also, a moment a lot of people have been waiting for, the ribbon cutting on August 28th of the brand new Umatilla High School CTE building and Columbia Vista Intermediate School. So the CTE building ribbon cutting will be from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then the Columbia Vista Intermediate School will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And a shout out to I almost said Columbia Vista again, Alta Vista Homes for sponsoring free frozen yogurt from Papa Yo at the Columbia Vista ribbon cutting. It was a great connection there. And then the last thing, actually two quick things I have. Eastern Oregon Mission has their golf tournament Scramble for Food coming up on September 13th at Great River Golf Course. So any businesses that want to form a team to help support the coffee house in Eastern Oregon Mission and like golfing, then that information is out there now. It's $75 fee per player, but there will be more information up on the chamber platforms and also Eastern Oregon Mission. And then last thing is Tony Fisher. He has this year is the 10th anniversary of Fish and the Brave, which will be Saturday, November 8th, right here in Umatilla. But signups, if you are a veteran or you know any veterans, signups open on September 1st. So if there's 100+ veterans, they'll go out. So I recommend you can register on September 1st. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now moving on now to our consent agenda this evening, we have 7.1, August 5th, the discussion with comments and there.
Yeah, I have something.
Okay.
Page 1, it says action meter.
Fixing it right now.
Any other questions? Okay, at this time, can we, looking for motion to pass the consent agenda as it currently stands, actually with the amendment to
Fixed,
place
already fixed.
seat number 4 from Ashley Wood to Glassman.
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion to approve the consent agenda item 7.1. I'll second that.
We get a roll call.
Counselor Feinberg,
Aye.
Counselor Dunlop,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
University guys have it, we're now moving on to item number 9.1, the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee appointment. At this time, I am recommending for appointment Genesis or appointment. This time we're looking for a motion.
You know how many phone calls I got because XXXX was there?
No.
Like, well, like, who's XXX? I'm like, oh.
I forgot to hit send on an email, so that was my fault. I had them all picked and I selected it, saved it as draft, so I apologize to staff about that. The promotion is current stand. With such adjustment.
Mayor, make a motion to accept your, appointment for Tennessee Ugo for the Parks and Rec Advisory.
Thank you, sir. We're looking for a second for motion.
A second.
Thank you. Can we get a roll call, please, Ms. Penfold?
Counselor Funderburk,
Aye.
Counselor Devil,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Moving on to 9.2, the planning commission appointments. This time I'm looking to recommend Alexa Loungy, planning commission, and Carmet.
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion to confirm your nomination for planning commission appointment.
Thank you. Can we get a second motion, please?
Counselor McLean, can we get names?
Alex Hodgie.
And Carmet.
Mr. Mayor, can I have a couple minutes? So I'm sorry.
Okay. It was not old, so my 38's the whiskey dating's been more than usual.
I was wondering why, your choice, I mean, cause, well, like, there's Crystal Wyan, she's lived here 47 years, and in, Parks and Rec Advisory Board, with the new totally, President of Columbia Basketball. And then, so I'm just confused on that one, and then the other two, like, Alexa Lodgy's only been here 1 year, and the other person, Carmen, has only been here 3 years.
Right.
I was looking for some fresh perspectives in the city.
Well, I'm pissed by, who else is on the planning commission?
Staff, welcome to the planning commission, role.
So I would like to keep someone who's been here a long time and have knows kind of like the city
May I answer?
and been involved in the city. That's all I'm questioning.
Current commissioners are Yesenia Leon Tejeda, Veronica Gutierrez, Kelly Knowles, serving as chair, Carol Jones, and Jennifer Hoover.
That's, I just want to express my concern on that. Then, yeah, well,
Same, I just think, I agree, I mean, I have no problem with, and I think it's wonderful if people don't want to get invested in the community, but you have somebody who's been invested in the community for years.
I'm seeking to go again.
Right.
Well, those are the points that I currently have them selected. We have a motion on the table, so if you like to second the motion, we can, or if it stops, if it's dead, and we go back out to reselect.
I actually like the idea of somebody new getting involved. We need more and more people all the time. Just thought.
No, that's not.
Yeah. Sweet. We can have the difference of opinion.
I'm the old guy here.
No, no problem.
So we have a current motion right now, we're looking for a second.
Did we get the names?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll second in that case.
Hey, you please do a roll call.
Counselor Funderburk,
Can I say anything? Okay, thanks.
Counselor Duckworth,
Nay.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Nay.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Yeah, so this time we're going to go back and reopen submissions and let people reapply them. Moving on now to 9.3, the second reading and adoption by title only for the ordinance. This time, we will put the second reading.
Sorry.
You just have paper, like.
I move to approve second reading by title only of ordinance number 880 and adoption.
Thank you. Can you second the motion, please? I'll second the motion. We can roll call.
I'll take them.
Counselor Funderburk,
Aye.
Counselor Duckworth,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith, Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Ordinance number 880, an ordinance amending Title 3, Chapter 6 of the Mattil Municipal Code to update the social gambling code to set that or wager limits on any social gambling games to be established by resolution.
Thank you. Moving on to 9.4, resolution number 07-126. This time, do you have any questions about that from council or anything we need to add to that?
No changes from last time you heard about this.
Council, any other questions? Okay. Looking for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion we approve resolution number 07-2026.
Thank you for your motion. We need a second that motion, please. Well, second. Thank you. We can roll call.
Counselor Funderburk,
Aye.
Counselor Duckworth,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on now to our second public comment. Officer Stevens, we have anyone to, for our second one? And moving right along now to our discussion topic for this evening. Sorry, cybersecurity. We're moving on to cybersecurity policy. There you have the floor.
Shannon. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Are we good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. In a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your packet is included is a draft cybersecurity policy as we continue to grow, looking at risk management and just beefed up policies. I'll give credit here to Nancy. She worked on drafting this policy as part of the Capstone project, pulled from a lot of great resources. And we believe we have a really strong framework here for cybersecurity. So this was just intended to come to you tonight as a first touch for discussion. See if there was anything in the policy that you saw that you had any major concerns with. It would be our recommendation, if we move forward and approve this, that we handle it as we have with other recent policy updates where staff internally reviews at least on an annual basis and brings changes to council as those changes are needed.
I like this. Are you actually gonna have a training module for the staff that Scott can teach?
No. Yes to the first half, no to the last.
Sticks together, yes, I can rub two sticks.
We have cybersecurity training through our insurance company, through their portal that we, sign out completely on it.
Yeah, most of this language was familiar with the same basic thing we have with the state.
Okay, if there's no other concerns, we'll bring this back to you for approval at your next meeting.
I will be honest with you, it's kind of funny, we're talking about this in 2025. We probably should have had this like 2018.
We definitely should have it. It's been a really big administrative list, so like I said, I give credit to Nancy because this is a super straightforward policy to put together.
Thanks for on the time, Kim. We appreciate it.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
No, thank you for the work. That's, that is Using policies to. I actually took a little bit of time and compared, some parts to my employers, stuff, and it compares very favorably, so you did a great job. So whatever you cut and paste or put together.
I got an A on this project. Thank you very much.
You deserve a name.
But if you need me to teach the class, I'm always available.
I still want to attend that.
Yeah,
We're trying to mitigate risk, a little bit.
I think we will do it at the bridge after.
All right, there's no further comments on cybersecurity. We'll move on to the mayor's message. I'll keep my seating short and sweet. I want to say thank you again to Scott, for the presentation and for all his work along Sixth Street and painting the line down at Fifth Street or Sixth or Fourth Street, whatever street that is, I can't remember. But I like walking past there every time and seeing that, knowing that, making a difference, making our streets better and making good improvements and working really hard, and it goes to show. Really do appreciate your work and your staff's effort. Other than that, thanks again, staff, and looking forward to moving in the fall. So we have moving on to council information. With the number.
Yes, I, Sherry Love, by Racktarian from Stepping Stones Alliance. Reading that they're doing there, and, so glad we have new board, and I'm so glad they're back, and, really, school really loves that. Great news for us. I wanna say I'm so thankful that we're getting that crosswalk for the harvest foods. So grateful for that, and again, grateful that people just kept on it, because I really thought we weren't gonna get that, so.
So did I.
Yeah,
Just-
I thought there's no way.
Yeah.
So that makes me very happy, and that it'll be a slow down, all slow there, that's also too, so. Thank you for everything, and hard work also, to the staff, and thank you.
Really not too much, I think we're moving in the right direction. I know there's a lot of contention around the town and there's a lot of people that are coming together and finding commonalities and things. And that's really what we need to do, is have a broad perspective and be able to respect each other's opinions and work through the process. Just because we have a difference of opinion and we don't agree, doesn't mean we're bad people. It just means that we have a difference of opinion, and that's okay. So I'm really, excited about what's coming forward. There's some really nice stuff.
Yes.
So Parks and Rec, man, they are knocking it out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just like light years ahead from last year. Having the little things that we had before and then now seeing more of them, it's just, you could definitely tell more engagement. It's fantastic. I do ask I see a lot of people walking like in McNairy. Can we get, Scott, it would be the east side of the road, Willamette.
The entry lights?
Where we have that asphalt, looks like, can we cut that grass? Can we do something with that, make it look more, because I see people walking through there.
We actually proposed to ODOT to possibly put some sprinklers in there, to green that up so it was more hospitable,
Yeah.
right? ODOT has asked us not to do that for right now. What we've done is typically we've used the old mowers to mow that, and it's just so rough that they're tearing stuff up. So we just recently, the only thing that was cut off of my budget last year was a mower and a flail mower and the tractor. And we're gonna put that back on for next year, so that's what it's meant for, is that area, all those areas actually. And also for the fire suppression areas around the canary over off of Walla, and that stuff needs to be mowed as well. So I just approved a rental of one for a month, and somebody's gonna be in that seat for the next 30 days, mowing everything that we have. Yeah, you won't see it parked until work is over with. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna knock that out, and then we're gonna propose something to green that up, more of a a green walk area, and it all has to do with the speed of the traffic and how fast cars go through there.
You bet, I get it.
Yeah,
And then, so right next to the golf course is like an asphalt, looks like an old sidewalk that was there. Can we clean that up too?
yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Even if we just clean it up, because it looks like a hazard and I see a lot of people walk, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I just drive by it all the time, I'm like,
It really should be edged and cleaned up there. That was somebody's attempt at trying to pour a sidewalk.
Right.
Stuff.
and yeah, that's 60 years ago.
Yeah,
So I know I get it, I was just wondering if there's anything we could do.
yeah,
I've noticed, seriously, at night, as you drive around, there's so many families walking up and as well, it's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
to see it.
yeah. I'd love to see us be able to get some sprinklers along 730 and
Yes.
really green that up.
Yes.
It's the entry to our town. We recently did a bunch of work to that sign down there too. We painted the sign, put some rock
I
around it.
know, it's great.
Yeah, so we'll continue working on those.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I have. Any announcement?
Oh, Katie, do you have anything like that this evening?
Thanks for forgetting me again, Caden. I appreciate it. Kind of going off what he said along Willamette, this has probably been brought up many times, but as you're doing things along there, there's the crosswalk. I think it's at Chinook, maybe, is that Slant Street, where there's a crosswalk across Willamette. Is there any way to get, either lights or brighten that up? Or there's been so many times where I'm driving and people just blow through there when there's people waiting to try and cross. And I just was wondering, especially as school's gonna be starting soon, there's gonna be a lot more, the weather's gonna cool down a little bit, people are gonna start walking more. Is there any way to bring more awareness to that crosswalk? Even, lights, brighten it up, something?
Sure, I'll add something to that. Go ahead.
We can definitely look at doing an improvement because we don't have to get ODOT approval on that one. We can definitely look at budgeting for something for next year. There are some requirements that we do have to meet, when it comes to that. So if we update a certain section of it, then the ADA ramps and everything else has to be updated. And I'm all for safety, don't get me wrong. I will go to my grave being one of the safety advocates, but it's just when one chip falls, then a lot more fall, and it ends up being a $20,000 project that's now turned into a $200,000 project. So I'll have to do some research on that to see what upgrades would cost and get some estimates, and then we could possibly budget for that next year.
Okay, that sounds good. I just wanted to bring it up just to kind of put it in the ear there. Like I said, I live over here and I've just so many times people just blow through there. There's people waiting. And so I was just kind of wondering. But other than that, I don't have a ton to say except for thank you guys. I agree. The city's looking great. The streets are looking great. I'm excited to see when Madison is all done, what it looks like. And just for people to be aware that the school's starting, slow down, watch for kids. Especially the littles who don't know street etiquette yet. Even some of the older ones don't know it, but everybody just kind of stay alert and just watch out for the littles. So we appreciate everything you guys have been doing and thank you so much.
I'll add something back with that real quick, just because of what I'm talking, but.
Oh, sorry about that. I just noted, Katie was talking, so, Officer Skillman wanted to speak, so he did. Either way.
So just to with the concern that Katie brought up just now, we have crosswalk enforcement that we are going to be more aggressively addressing, as well as some other grants that we have been given to help with community safety. I'll make sure that this area definitely gets put on our crosswalk area.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Stillman.
So much. I appreciate it.
Now this time officially, Mr. Smith.
I don't have much. With the Willamette crosswalk, can we somehow on the reader boards or something, post that we're going to be issuing tickets? And maybe get some attention to that, pretty easy. this I know is not really part of the city, but I've had neighbors talk about the area that's part of the dam that sits right behind, or between Rio Senda and the river. And is there any way that somebody from the city can encourage that to get moved more often?
Yeah, this comes up multiple times every year and, sometimes, so we talk to the Corps, always, and in, years past, we've been able to, so they've never, as far as I know, they have never mowed it in the last like 5 years. And so, but what they have been able to do after we pressure and pressure, they say, well, if you want to go out there and mow it, you can do that. And so, we've been able to do that in years past. We haven't been given a thumbs up or a green light to do that again, this year. What's really tricky is we have no recourse there because it's federal land, so we can't like send TISA to go issue them like a citation because the weeds are too tall. And so,
They moved once this summer.
I think that was that.
The Corps.
That was the
did
Corps?
it now,
Good.
And I've talked to them, it basically comes back to the Rio Senda folks, if you'll call the dam operator number and complain, they typically get it done. The other deal for us is it puts us on the tough, liability if we were to start a fire there. And for some reason it caught some house on fire, that the city would be held liable, so. I hate that answer because that's something we've covered.
Well, the other thing for liability, just for that area there, so you might recall 2 years ago, there was a mudslide, there, on the hill, and then because we had a water pipe break, it wasn't ours. And it slid down the hill there. We also had, not too far over off of, Devore Road, we had, an accident there with the vehicle and the train, and so all that there on the federal property and stuff, so. We're a little bit apprehensive, but to Scott's point, it's sort of maybe the theme of tonight's meeting is those calls from the community seem to be carrying a lot more weight to all the jurisdictions around here right now. They kind of are getting tired of hearing from me and Scott often. I think those, so as much as we can encourage you to do that, we're happy to sort of share the phone number. Make sure they get phone calls. Great.
So a couple of my neighbors.
Okay.
We worry about when you construct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have a fire, wind's going a long way.
No doubt.
Horrible.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I try to express.
Especially since the wind is not prevailing, it swirls right there, and so it goes all around, yeah.
The only other thing I'd like to say is that I am really proud of what's happening in the middle. That the staff and also volunteers and citizens, this city is beyond where I could have imagined it being when we moved in 20+ years ago. We would not have moved to Unadilla if it hadn't been for the view we have. That's simple, but now I love living here. It's a great place to live. So I applaud everybody in the city, not just the staff, but I think most people are involved. Not as many are on committees, but we tend to fill committees. And I remember when we couldn't. I remember when the city manager had to go and beg. So this place has got to be a place I love living. And I congratulate the city, not just staff. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well, looks like my recurring theme is gonna be, watch out for the kids. School's back in session next week. And we've got open houses and we have, sadly through some bad luck with pipes that we didn't expect to find, got a little bit of bad luck on getting a road completion. So we're gonna have kids out in gravel roads doing even more ridiculous things, walking along roads than usual. So if you're probably down power line, that's your attention. And the police department, thank you for the extra attention out power line. It's nice to see officers out there. Thank you, everybody.
And with that, in this time, we're looking for motion to enter our executive session this week.
I move that we pause general session and move into executive session.
Thank you for your motion. Can we get a second motion, please? I'll second. Thank you very much.
Counselor Hunter,
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Thank you. The city council now may executive session pursuant to ORS 1926602B to conduct deliberation of persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions. Representatives of the news media, city manager, department directors, and the city attorney shall be allowed to attend executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report or otherwise disclose any deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general topic of the executive session as previously announced. The decision will be made during executive session. At the end of executive session, we will turn to open session and